all the cycling and hiking that I've done, they've really shown me that space matters, that pacing matters, life matters. And that's even more so every time I watch the news. Life matters. And we have to build what we know in our hearts is going to work for us, is going to work for our families, is what we want. And so we need that time for reflection.
Mentoring with Geraldine is a bite-sized practitioner podcast for naturopaths, nutritionists, herbalists, coaches, and practitioners. This podcast responds directly to the needs of you, the practicing natural therapist. We have interviews during the holiday season and business and mindset support each week, so you'll get the variety you need to enjoy and stay motivated in your practice. Don't forget to subscribe to receive the weekly episodes. And if you want to connect with me, always check the show notes because that's where you'll find the links to book appointments and, of course, to join the Academy, the membership group where there's constant connection and community with like-minded practitioners. Now, let's get started.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mentoring with Geraldine and the Bite Size Podcast. How the devil are you? As I do like to say at the start of my podcast. So I'm really excited. I've spent quite a bit of time now, probably a bit more than I should have really, considering I'm talking about boundaries and time spent and all of those things. But that's what you do when a new way of doing things comes along, when you're thinking about doing things differently. You probably do spend a lot more time on it than you originally envisaged that you would. So I've spent a lot of time thinking because I've told you I've been hiking. We had a bit of rain the other day. Hopefully it's all drying up the north now, which will then come down to us eventually. We will get it in 6 months' time and we will have flooding up the River Murray, but wait for that. We don't need more content and I don't need to be creating a ton more content either. What we need is space to think. And I've been having that amazing space my life outside of work by just going hiking because the weather's really good. I'm able to, and I've told you I've gone down the beach. I've been hiking at Belair National Park. I pretty much know every stone up there now. And there's a really good one too, because the line that goes past my house is only a very small train line. Only got 2 carriages. It used to go a long way back in the day and they shortened it, they halved it. They almost got rid of the station at my back gate. But they didn't because we've got a disability housing right next door to us. So we managed to, whoever lived here managed to lobby and keep the train station, I should say. But they're all very small stations. And you stand on the station and, you go left, you get on the train, you go right, you get on the train, you're standing on the same platform. There's a couple of places along the line where the trains swap over. So we don't have a lot of train noise because there's only ever one going past. There's only one line. But you go up all the way up to the top, to the end of the line, and it's Belair. And you get off the train at Belair, and you walk through Belair National Park, which is lovely. It's full of birds. There's emus, there's koalas, there's kangaroos, there's wallabies because there's little ones and big ones. There's everything there, right? So it's great. So you walk through, absolutely stunning. And then if you walk down, you go out the other side of it, rather than walking all the way around and coming back to Belair station and get on the train and coming home again. If you walk all the way through, come out the other side, walk through some houses, do some really steep hills, you end up at Belair Pub at Glen Alta. That's the Glen Alta stop. And you can go to the pub and then you can get the train home again. Perfect. There isn't anything more perfect. So I've had this thinking space because it's like, we could go to the pub, couldn't we? And then come home. So we've had these little holidays. April has all these little holidays. May, we're kind of, we're running out of holidays a little bit. Hubby's birthday's coming up, so we might have a little holiday. But this space changes the way we're thinking. And our thinking becomes clearer because we have this space. Have you noticed that? I hope you have. Because that's what I've been banging on about this month, is space and clarity and gaining that space for yourself and pushing the noise away. The noise does come back really quickly, doesn't it? We had those breaks, we had Easter, we had short weeks, all the rest of it. But then the noise comes back really quickly. Things we have to do, places we have to go, people we have to see. So, there's constant input, isn't there? And we really need to think about how things have worked in the past and how they are going to work for the future. Now, my weekly podcast has worked really well. I've got, I don't know how many episodes, I didn't actually look, 370 something. Maybe I should have looked before I even said anything. But a lot of podcasts over a long period of time. And it's worked really well. And, that's up for this. That's a lot of input, isn't it? That's a lot of work over a long period of time. So what I want is less noise. And I want more depth. And I want to be able to give you more depth, and I want to make it more useful for you. So the new structure. I talked about this a little bit last week. I was a little bit excited, really, and I hadn't really, because it was all coming together in my brain, and I'd written notes, but they weren't totally formulated. Now we are formulated. So each month is going to have a very clear theme. Okay. Each month is going to have a companion workbook. As I said last time, it will be of whatever style, of you sitting doing the job or you having a workbook that you work through. The topics, that's what I didn't cover last time because I hadn't gone through all of them. I started to think of them then, and then I sat down and really started nushing it out. And then my walks have given me more clarity as well, listening to the birds. I've got my own little magpie comes along now on the veranda and chirps at me. And so what are we going to be talking about? We're going topics coming up. So let me read my little list that I have written. Support and mentorship. Then we've got clinical confidence. So that's all that coaching, how we coach our clients and how to be confident in the clinical setting. Systems that we use. I think I kind of touched on that of how systems wouldn't necessarily be a workbook as such. It would actually be you working as we're talking together. AI in practice. I think I've touched on that. I've started using CoWork from Claude, and I've seen discussion of that in Facebook groups. And I think it's really worth, how can I use AI in my practice to support me? If you're not already using it, it's worth having a look, but we will be discussing it. Client retention. Always a big one, always worth the effort. That will be a big month, I think, actually. Coaching perspectives. There's quite a bit of coaching is going to happen for me coaching you, yes, but also how you coach your clients, how you get your clients to come back, how you feel confident in clinic. All right. This isn't just another membership, guys. This isn't just paying subs. This is just, it's not just more content. It's a place to think properly, to go through what you're doing now and to work through ideas and make decisions like I have been doing this last month. This last month has given me the time to really think about the ideas, to how I'm going to implement them, what you're going to be seeing, what topics, how we're going to dive into those topics. We're going to dig deep. All the cycling and hiking that I've done, they've really shown me that space matters, that pacing matters, life matters. And that's even more so every time I watch the news. Life matters. And we have to build what we know in our hearts is going to work for us, is going to work for our families, is what we want. And so we need that time for reflection. So I guess your reflection question, what would change if my business supported my life the other way around? We've all got a lot going on and we all have to think about how we can best spend our life, how we can live it to the fullest. Things can change overnight, as we keep seeing on the TV. Someone could bomb us. Something awful could happen. We could be flooded. Cyclones can come through. And we need to make sure that we're living our best life so that if these things happen, we can say, hey, my life has been really good. I've just been smashed by a cyclone, but I know I can bring my life back to, how good it was or whatever. I can be the very best of me again after I get through this problem or this moment. Okay. So, the thing is, I guess what I'm trying to achieve for you is to help your practice feel more sustainable. So, there's a couple of ways to work with me. We've got the Monday clinical group, and that's where I actually talk through things and everyone gets time in the group, and they get a one-to-one with me quarterly. The Strategy Lab is going to be the podcast, additional podcast and workbooks. They're going to be themed. There's going to have work for everybody, but there will be a communication. You can comment, and everybody gets a one-to-one once a year. So it's a big change, and yet it's not a big change. I'm still going to be doing the same amount of work as I was doing. But what I'm hoping is that the work I'm doing will give you more, or will give the people in the Strategy Lab more. The link to the Strategy Lab is in the show notes. It's all over my website. Go to my website, geraldineheadley.com. And I'm not just teaching business, I'm hoping that I'm helping you to model a way of working and living so that when you get to close to retirement, you can go, you know what? Some of those gems from way back then, that's what's really helped me. That's what's really supported me. G really supported me back then. I went to the Biopractica one-day seminar last month, and in it, Wendy said, my mentor's here in this room, and these are the things I learned from her and my past mentor. And it's really important that we have support networks. It's really important, I think, especially at the moment with so much going on, the news, watching the news. I mean, they can't even fit the news in the news. They're using dot points on SBS right now because there's so much going on. And so we need that support because we still have to run our businesses. People still need us, even with all this awful stuff in the world going on. They need your health advice. They need you to support them. It doesn't, cost of living crisis. They've just changed the name. Oh, how many cost of living crises have I been through in my working life? Lots. I've had recessions, they've built school gymnasiums and all sorts of things. I've been through those recessions. I've weathered those recessions. At some points, yes, I did do other jobs, but I was also keeping my nursing registration going. So it kind of wasn't the same. But people still need health advice all the way through all of these things. People will still find and go to what they need. And you need support to be able to give them that support, to have that clinical confidence, to be able to give them more and to give them some of yourself. Empathy runs dry, so you need to be supported. Okay. I really want you to achieve your dream. And that's what all of this is about. All right. It's about changing the way I work. I'm still doing the same amount of work, but I'm delivering it in a different way, in a way that I am hoping is going to support you more than me just coming on and yapping on for 12 minutes and 46 seconds as what I've currently got. What I want is for you to achieve more at the end of each podcast. Yes, I give you a reflection question. Get those two words out at the end of each podcast. But is that the same as getting true support, targeted support in areas that need targeting, in areas that are going to support you and your business? I don't think that's the same, the reflection question. I want to go deeper with you. I want to support you more in a way that's affordable for you. And the Strategy Lab is totally affordable for you. Okay. I mean, in South Australia, it's 4 coffees or something in the Strategy Lab. So think about it. Go and check it out. Check out the Monday group. If you're in the Monday group, then you're automatically in Strategy Lab. So Monday group is $120 a month. So if you're paying Strategy Lab, which is $35, then you're still only paying $120 for both of them because it's included in the month. So the people on the Monday group are automatically in Strategy Lab. So you don't need to worry about that at all. So I'm here for you and I want to support you and I want you to gain more. And that's why I'm changing it up so that hopefully you will gain more from each and every podcast that I deliver. You will gain more because you will gain more from the Strategy Lab. So I'm going to leave it there. I hope you have an absolutely brilliant rest of day. My next podcast will be in the first week of May. So it will be next week, but it will be in a slightly different format because the content will be going into the Strategy Lab as well as having a short podcast. And from then on, it's fortnightly. So have a good one. Look after yourselves. And I look forward to catching up with you on the next podcast or in the Strategy Lab if you think that will suit you. So have a good one and let's chat soon. See ya.
Thanks so much for joining me today. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast for the weekly episodes. If you'd like even more support and learning, then the Academy is for you. Here you'll find part 2 of the herbal discussions, more clinical learning, and case studies to support your clients in practice. Bye for now.